Hello viewer, welcome back again, 54A. I'm going to do a little lidded box with an inlay in the lid. I showed on a video or two ago about doing these, cutting out these circular inlays, so I thought I'd do a little box and actually put one on and see what it turns out like. So over to the lathe, see you in a minute. Right, a box. This is just a piece of cherry that I've got lying around. Still a bit of bark on that. Might see if I can leave a bit on. I've got to face that off and get a tenon on this end so I can put it in the jaws of my chuck. That's that done, so I'll just get the chuck on and get it turned round. That's that. Now the next job, face this. This is going to be the bottom of the box, hopefully. I'm going to put a mortise in this end, and then I won't have a tenon to take off at the end. So I'll just get on with that now. It just needs a little bit of facing off to make sure it's perfectly flat on the base. I better do that before I do anything else. That's better. So I can get on with the mortise. That's the mortise cut out, nice and smooth. I'll sand that down a bit and then figure out where I want the lid put in, so I'll see you in a minute. Okay, I'm going to part this off sort of roughly 1/3, 2/3, so about there. Should do nicely for the lid. Got the lid parted off now, and I've just put it in the chuck. I've just started hollowing out the lid. I'm just doming it slightly. I don't want to go too mad. And now I'm going to put a mark or a groove where I'm going to put the actual lip. And I'll do that with the parting tool. And now just carry on hollowing a bit more excess wood out. And that'll do for the inside of the lid. I want to keep it quite thick because there'll be sanding to go down yet, and so I don't want it wafer thin, but that's plenty for the thickness of the wall. I'm just going to sand that down now, and that'll be the inside of the lid finished. I'll use the Abranet. I got quite used to using this stuff now. Just by the sample packs, about £3.50 I think, and you get all the 8 different grades, and they last for yonks. Right, I've just sanded the inside of the lid down, coat of sanding sealant and the usual coat of wood wax. Not being too fussy with the inside, that's not the whole idea of the exercise, but I'll get the lid out now and put the base into the chuck. Well, that's the base. That's the base in now. Now I've got to more or less mark out where I want to take this to fit this. So I don't want to go down too far. It's just a question of trial and error. Well, we'll see how it goes. I'll do it with the square carbide tip. And see how it goes. Now this is where you're going to have to keep stopping and starting and test fitting. I know I haven't taken enough off there, but I'd rather take a little bit off at a time. It doesn't matter how many times you stop and start, you need a really tight fit for this lid, because I'm going to have to jam it on to remove this tenon afterwards and cut for the inlay. And already that's nearly there, very close. Some people can do this first time, I can't. It doesn't bother me, so I just keep stopping and starting. Just a touch now to go. And that will fit on, but I'll probably never get it off again, so I might just attack that with the tiniest touch possible. No pressure at all there, just literally just touch this. Now that'll go, that'll fit on a treat, so I want it as tight as I possibly can get it. Will I be able to get that off again? Doubtful. Keep going. That'll do nicely. So, yep, that will go on a treat. I'm going to hollow this out now, take a little bit off this face because it's too deep for this lip, and on to the next stage. So hollow it out with whatever tool you want. I'll see you later. Okay, now I want this lid to be really tight. it's fairly tight. It's a good fit under normal conditions. But I want this to be really tight because I've got to work on the lid and remove this tenon. So I've got a piece of kitchen towel. I've already test fitted it. If this doesn't work, damp it, because the water will swell the wood up temporarily, and it'll be jammed on gum proper. Now that should be okay. That's really a good fit. The tighter the better. It'll allow me to finish this edge off and work on this. Now I've got the walnut ring cut out. There you go. Just zoom out a little bit more. I've gone the wrong way. Now, as luck would have it, it very nearly fits over this tenon. So I'm going to get the tenon exactly the same size as the inner circle, which would then be able to measure or mark where I want to take the wood out. So I'll just take a little bit off this tenon until that walnut ring fits, hopefully, he says. This is like when you're trying to get the lid to fit. Just keep stopping and starting until you get it right. Very nearly there. That will just about go on there now, so I can mark where I want to take the wood out. I'll just take a very fine skim off it. There, so now I can just mark out where I want to take the wood off. See you in a minute. Right, I've marked the circle. I'm going to just start taking it out with the parting tool. Leave that tenon in place because it helps to centralise the inlay which I'm going to put on, and hopefully this will work. I haven't quite hit the pencil mark. I'd rather not take enough out than too much at this moment in time, and as you can see, it's very nearly there already. It's just like fitting the lid again, just trial all the time, try a little bit. Getting close. I think that's just about ready to take that tenon out now. Take your time. It doesn't matter if you do it very slightly too big, you can always add a bit. You can always add a strip around the outside. give it a bit of a contrast. So don't worry too much about it if you go a little bit too big. It can always be filled in. Right, I'll take this tenon flush down now, I hope. That'll do while I'm finishing the inlay off. Now what you do is, or what I do is, glue the ring in, press it down, glue the ring in, leave it to dry nice and solid, and then you can finish the top off. Put a little bit of shape on it if you wish, because you've made the ring thick enough, haven't you? So that's what I'm going to do next anyway, get that glued in place and let it dry. So I'll see you in about an hour or two. Right, that should all be nicely set now. All you've got to do now is just scrape it nice and smooth, maybe put a little round edge on it, up to you. I'm just going to take it pretty flat and leave it at that, and I'll show you what it's like when I've finished it. And there's the finished box, cherry box with American walnut inlay. Not bad. The lid fits nice and tight. I'm glad it's worked out alright after I was on about doing these inlay rings. I'm quite pleased with that. So there you are, viewer. That's it. Thanks very much for watching yet again. I'm very grateful to everybody that subscribes, and I'll see you all again soon. Take care now. Bye.